I also sit on the Supporting Partnerships Initiative, which is what we've come together here to talk about.
We've been here for the last 2 days discussing homelessness issues, and a committee with the acronym of SCPC, which is Sustaining Community Partnership Committee, which is engaging the private sector in being part of alleviating the problem of homelessness.
So our desire is to gather together from 8 different communities throughout the province. We've put together an executive that is lobbying all levels of government, but also is working with provincial companies and presidents of provincial companies to see if we can somehow partner with federal, provincial, municipal dollars and the corporate sector.
Which gave us an opportunity on our first day here to host a lunch with the business community, and it was, for the most part, we had a lot of CEOs, CAOs, and business decision people in the private sector who were able to discuss with us and come up with some solutions and talk out loud about homelessness and how they may be able to play a part in this with this issue.
So what we did as a plan was we created a World Cafe, it's called, where you sit around and we asked the question at 10 different tables, what would it take to remove homelessness from Canada?
The dialogue was really quite interesting, to say the least, because we have people who were basically for profit minds, and we needed to have them engage in something that is really unfamiliar territory, but they were able to recognize that they do have a responsibility. And the fact was, one of the comments that we found quite interesting was that if business made a commitment, government would follow.
One of the organizers for the Olympic Committee also brought out some very interesting statistical information that said the average homeless person costs $80,000 to take care of a year, when in fact we can actually house them for $28,000. This is coming from a businessman.
That was sure probably the best part of the whole dialogue, was that when it gets down to the dollars and cents of it all, housing them is far better than looking after them from a health issue on the streets.
And it was really good to have Helen Davies, the regional manager for Service Canada, there to open and close, and to see Service Canada actually putting their stamp of approval upon our committee and this whole process of engaging the corporate community. And we have tremendous support at this time.
So that was really good. And after we broke from that luncheon, we were able to debrief, and it led us down a path that was going to lead us to a toolkit that was going to help us put together a package that would be familiar to the business community from a non-profit point of view, and helping them get from an A to B type of destination point. They're bottom line driven. That's how we need to talk to them, and that whole dialogue helped us start that toolkit.
We ended up coming up with a new logo for this next step that we're about to take, and that's going to be housing first, a roof and more. And we're about to wander down a path where we're not sure it's going to lead us with all the different communities, asking them to participate and help us not only build some housing, which we know is the #1 need in the social determinant of health is housing, but also to know that we can put the supports in place to see a sustainable long-term plan to see people receiving the support to stay in these houses.
It's going to give us an opportunity to build relationships and bridges with a group of people that we've never met before, we've never spoken to before, but certainly have expressed an interest in being a part of this solution. We're going to get together again in about 3 or 4 months from now, and we're going to discuss the new initiative, which last year was Homeless Awareness Week, has now evolved into Homelessness Action Week, which has really given us a chance to realize that our communities have been educated enough and they've taken ownership of the issue, and we can now move into an action phase.
So as we begin to do this, it's going to become quite exciting because some of the new opportunities we have are going to be looking to create a provincial declaration of the Homelessness Action Week, and we're also going to be lobbying many cities inside BC and asking friends of even some of the smaller cities that are partnering with us to bring this event to the forefront. At the same time as well, we're going to be soliciting some of the corporate sector as well to match some grants so that we can actually create a reserve of money big enough to be able to facilitate the media, facilitate the paperwork, the meetings, and coordinate the activities around this week.
Okay, you guys say anything else, or is that?
It's going to be a lot of fun. Tim and I, just a couple of humble guys from Kamloops, and we're playing a role in SCPC, which is province-wide, and it's really quite exciting. We feel sometimes like a fish out of water, but however, we're certainly not afraid of talking about the issue and asking for the dollars.
So that's okay. Thanks, guys. That's really great.
So do it for